Chinese cars are going to invade us. Although Tesla remains the major player around the world, basically, it is facing some increasing competition. There's the European automakers that are trying to enter the market. VW, Mercedes, BMW, they're not doing a great job. But there is a new wave of competition emerging, and it's gaining momentum. With the rise of hundreds of Chinese EV manufacturers, you can't ignore them. And while not all will succeed, some are already making significant contributions to the market. And in this regard, I'm looking at 6 of the standout performers. Unfortunately, their entry into the Australian market is taking its sweet time. But if we take a look back at the history of car making, the car making industry, America, they had quite a good one. And even here in Australia, we had a couple of branches from them, namely GM or Holden and Ford. Then along came the Japanese many, many years ago. And initially, they were pretty shite. But they were cheap, so they started to get inroads. Gradually, though, they improved until they took over. And it spelt the death knell for the Australian car industry. Japanese car manufacturers went from strength to strength. Then along came the Koreans. They were cheap and shite as well. But over the years, they improved their cars. Now they've got some excellent quality vehicles coming in and going around the world from Hyundai and Kia. And so they're beginning to win their fair share of the market. But now, here come the Chinese. Initially, their ICE vehicles, they were very shite, dangerous even. But they learnt. And so now I think the Chinese branded cars are set to do what the Japanese and then the Koreans did, take over. There's a ban on new ICE car sales happening in Europe from 2035, by the looks of it. And several other countries are banning ICE vehicles, some even before then, except Australia. Useless bastards. So things are definitely on the up. And so ICE car manufacturing is going to go down, and battery electric vehicles are going to go up and up. Now, the following 6 Chinese car companies that I've thought were doing a very good job, and they're just in alphabetical order, so it's not a 1 to 6, it's just alphabetical. So the first one, BYD, that's short for Build Your Dreams. Yeah, it may have an unconventional name for a manufacturing conglomerate, but their success is no joke. They produce a wide range of products, including trucks, buses, electric bikes, solar panels, batteries, as well as their battery electric vehicles. It would take rather a long time to cover BYD's vast lineup of vehicles and products, but it's worth mentioning just a couple. Their Ocean series, which are named after sea creatures, specifically the BYD Seal. It's a fully electric fastback saloon, offers an impressive range, power and technology. It's available in both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive option. It boasts an impressive acceleration, and the top-of-the-line Seal has got a battery pack of about 80 kilowatt hours or just over, and a staggering 520 horsepower. Currently in production in China, BYD is planning to export the Seal to Europe and Australia, along with the Dolphin and possibly the Seagull. Although their names likely change in Australia to the Atto 2, Atto 4, Atto 5, whatever. We've already got the Atto 3, which is the BYD Yuan Plus, which is a small to medium-sized SUV. That's already here. Seal, or Atto 4 and the Dolphin Atto 2 possibly will come pretty soon. They reckon sometime this year. Now, the Seal is going to compete with established electric models such as the Polestar 2 and even the Tesla Model 3. So next up is Geely or Geely or however you want to pronounce it. Me, Geely. That's just me. Look, some people might not recognize that name or have come across it a lot, but they're actually producing a remarkable number of cars. They're the 7th largest auto manufacturer in China, but their influence extends beyond their home country. They've just purchased a 10% stake in Aston Martin back in September 2022. They've got their own brand, Geely Auto. They've also got Zeekr. And they also own a number of foreign subsidiaries. Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, etc. They seem to like some of the British places, don't they? Aston Martin and Lotus. So it's difficult to single out just one of their impressive cars, but I have to admit the Polestar 2 isn't too bad. It may not be a match for the Tesla Model 3 in terms of range and speed on paper, but a lot of people really like the Polestar 2. And, you know, the design of it inside and out is outstanding. And it does provide exceptional driving experience. And we got the Polestar 3 just around the corner. Although I think that's going to be a little bit overpriced in the $135,000 to $160,000 Australian region. GWM, or Great Wall Motors, they've been selling internal combustion engine vehicles in Australia for quite a while. It's a privately owned Chinese company. It was founded in 1984. Here in Australia, it's probably best known for its Haval brand, which are basically SUVs, medium to large SUVs. But it's also got another brand called Aura, which is all electric. And it's got a few on the way. In the UK and other countries, I think Thailand certainly, they've got the Aura Funky Cat, which is quite a cute name, really. I think in Australia, it'll be coming here soon. It'll be called the Aura Cat or the Aura Good Cat. It looks like a retro VW Beetle from the front and a Mini Cooper from other angles. It's an all-electric hatchback. Hopefully be landing here the middle of this year, 2023. And the pricing is going to be about $45,000 give or take drive away, depending upon your state, for the standard range, and around the $50,000 mark for the long range. The pricing should appear on here now, and that's thanks to drive.com.au for those. Both models look to have an impressive range of features, including a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty with 8 years on the battery. The Aura GT that you saw on those prices might not be coming straight away. It might be coming a bit later. Got no details on that. But basically, the standard range will have a 48 kilowatt hour battery and the long range a 63 kilowatt hour one. And range is quoted at 310 kilometres, or just under 200 miles, and 420 kilometres, or about 260 miles. That's WLTP, so expect a little bit of a hit on those in the real world. But I think this one is going to prove very popular if the price is right. And I'm hoping that it will be the cheapest EV in Australia when it arrives in a few months. While I'm covering this, can you do something for me? Click that like and subscribe button below. It does help the channel. YouTube algorithm recognizes that and helps promote the channel, and that will help me. Thank you. NIO or NIO. It's a highly efficient company that's making quite a stylish entry into the European market, as well as its homegrown Chinese market. And despite only being established in 2014, which is 8-9 years ago, it's made remarkable progress in that short period. And it's already publicly trading on, I think it's the New York Stock Exchange. Their flagship vehicle is the ET7, and it's one of the models making its way to Europe. It's available with two different battery packs, 70.5 kilowatt hours or a 90 kilowatt hour of usable capacity, which offers a real-world range of about 400 kilometres, 250 miles, or 500 kilometres, just over 300 miles, respectively. And the car packs a hell of a punch, with the top of the range offering 600 horsepower or more and launching it from 0 to 100 kilometres per hour or 62 miles an hour in about 3.8 seconds. Now, NIO also offers a range of sedans, sport cars, SUVs, and so on. So whilst the ET7's charging capabilities are not the most impressive, I mean, it's got a maximum 11 kilowatts on AC, which is fairly standard, but really 130 kilowatts on DC could do with being a bit more than that. But they've got the unique advantage. This company has established a network of battery swap stations. They've got over 1,200 stations already in China, and that was as of November 2022. And they've recently launched the first station in Norway near Oslo, where they are selling their cars. So a NIO car owner can quickly swap their batteries in under 5 minutes at one of these stations and be back on the road fully charged. So you can opt to buy the car and lease the battery, and then you can just keep going to swap. And speaking of Norway, whilst I was there recently, I did take an ES8 SUV for a test drive. Put the link up here somewhere. And I've just got to say two things about it. Wow. And secondly, I really wish NIO would come to Australia sooner rather than later. I've heard they've got plans to launch here in about 2025 with the ET5, which is going to be another so-called rival to the Tesla Model 3. Wish it was sooner, though. So next up, we've got SAIC Motor Corporation. Now, SAIC was formerly the Shanghai Automobile and Industrial Corporation. And in Australia, it's basically responsible for the LDV brand. They bought the purchasing rights back in 2010. And they've also got rights to the MG brand, which they acquired several years ago. And that's gained significant traction over in England with the MG5 and the MG ZS EV, which is also available in Australia. On the commercial side, they've got the ET60, an electric ute, which will be the first for Australia. It is priced a bit high, though. And they've also got the eDeliver 9, which is an all-electric large van. And also coming maybe this year is the MIFA 9, which is an all-electric luxury car for 7 passengers. But the one that really interests me is the upcoming MG4 model. And it's poised, I reckon, to elevate them to a new level. It's constructed on a unique EV platform, not like the MG ZS EV, which you can get the MG ZS SUV with petrol and so on. So this is on just an electric platform. It's priced in the UK from £27,000. And that'll have a 300 kilometre range and an array of cutting edge features. And, 0 to 100 kilometres an hour or 62 miles an hour in 7.7 seconds, which isn't too bad. Now, that £27,000 translates to $44,000 Australian, give or take, which is just about the same price as the MG ZS EV. But in the UK, the MG ZS EV retails for the equivalent of about 50,000 Australian dollars. So I'm hopeful that the MG4 will arrive here and be priced much closer to the $40,000 as a base price, and that will then make it the cheapest EV because it will probably beat the Aura Cat. And finally, Xpeng. Now, they're a fairly new Chinese company. They were established in 2014, and they're preparing to enter the European market with the P5 model. And they've secured some fairly prominent investors, Alibaba, Foxconn, and the founder of Xiaomi. Now, the P5 is a fastback saloon. It boasts 60 kilowatt hour battery and gives an estimated range of about 320 kilometers or 250 miles. It's got front wheel drive, a 155 kilowatt motor, giving about 200 horsepower. And it accelerates from standing to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles an hour in 7.5 seconds. Reasonable. And its length is 4.8 meters, and it's got quite a spacious boot capacity of 450 litres. And it's a comfortable size, and it's a refreshing alternative to the prevalence of large SUVs around here. So will Xpeng come to Australia? It's a possibility, but like all EV manufacturers, they have to see a good market here and good sales potential. And currently there's no real support. Yeah, we're the one of only 2 countries without emissions control. Yeah, major countries. Russia's the other one. And whilst our current government is making all the right noises, such as 43% emissions reduction by 2030, nothing's actually happening. In fact, they've still got over 100 gas and coal projects awaiting approval, and it's likely to be given. All scientists say we just need to stop all of these projects, stop burning all of these fuels, and we might just manage to stop the global temperature rising. But governments, yeah, they're doing naff all. And I don't know, where are we going to go? I mean, I keep saying, stop burning shit. I've basically gone all electric, solar panels, battery, EV, etc. We just need to stop burning shit. And then we might start getting some of these nice EVs into the country. So, there you have it. There's some really nice cars coming. And yes, they're coming from China. But that will be fine, providing we can get them here at a good price. And I would like to see some under 40,000. But there you go. That's what's happening. So, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. And don't forget, can you click that like and subscribe button down the bottom? Really, really, really will help the channel. Thank you.